Hi friends, my name is Borrodante, and welcome back to the Outlandish Curiosity. Why am I smiling so much? Okay, so let's continue from where we stopped in the previous episode, meaning from this thing, and then in about a half an hour I'll do a bit of a break, and then we'll read your comments from the previous episode. Because I haven't read it yet, because you haven't written it yet, because as I'm recording this, you haven't seen the episode yet. Starting a little bit early today. So, Kevin said he liked everything except for, well, the contrast and everything, like we should play with the puzzle aspect of the image a bit more. Aside from that, let's just keep going, make some stuff a bit more accurate or something. I don't know, we'll see. Let's merge everything together again, except for Gilbert again. Gilbert and the whole nearest layer of the image. So yeah, let's see. I want to work a little bit more on the green stuff, like on the leaves in here, add some more dark shadows with higher precise details. So I guess let's just deal with that kind of stuff. Let's start! Doing pretty good so far. I love the rendering on the big palm. It looks kinda cool. I added some reflected light, the thing we talked about before, with the whole exaggerated reflected light. And it looks a lot more awesome right away with it. Also adding a bunch of other details. You can see I did the reflected light when it's a bit warmer than green. That's because the light is reflected from the stem of the palm, which is brown. And some other reflected light is vibrant green. That's because that light was reflected from another green leaf of the palm. So it looks kinda cool. Also, at certain areas it works like a translucency of the leaf. Looks kinda cool. So I guess let's stop at this progress. And after a break we'll read some comments on the previous episode. Hopefully you Franz will write something by then. Hey there, so the break wasn't that short. Let's read your comments. I think it looks like if it's a bit later than the golden hour. The sunlight's kind of orange at that time. Well, yeah, that wasn't like super strict goal to make the golden hour. The point is, we wanted to show some sunlight, but also lower the exposure, the brightness of the environment, enough to let the glowing parts of anything to be actually glowing. Meaning in our composition, the curling flowers, they will be glowing with their harvesters. That's how they collect the sunlight. And it would look kinda lame if it would be a really bright day. And then I pushed it a bit further with the violet sky, like it's closer to evening, just because, I don't know, it looks cool. It doesn't matter, it should get dark soon in the story, so... I think that in the painting of Gilbert, there should be shoe prints somewhere. Oh, you mean the crab investigation page? Yeah, I guess we could add those. I'm not sure if it's gonna be visible, we have kind of like faded away corners in that composition. It's like going into the windy, sandy fog kind of situation. But it is a good idea to keep that in mind. That's really kind of cool to always add these tiny details that imply that this is the part of the story, like connecting the previous page to the new page. So yeah, thanks for that little advice. I'll make sure to do that more. Yes, this series is the only thing I live for. That is fucking scary. But yeah, thank you, this is very inspiring. Let's do this the best we can. Will this be a physical book someday? Because I would love to have this on my shelf. So Kevin actually answered the question. Yeah, all the volumes will be like separate books. And thank you for mentioning that, because it just reminded me that we should switch to printer color space. And I didn't do that, which is really stupid of me. So it's a good thing we'll switch now and not in the end of the project. So the point is, right now everything looks like this, but if I'll hit Ctrl Y, it'll look like this. You see the brightest spots of the sky that were like super bright? They become kind of pale. That's because printer won't be able to show those bright colors. so we kind of should actually paint in these limitations. It's not gonna make everything look lame, it's just gonna fit it into the paint on paper color space. So the point is, initially we're just in the RGB mode, but Ctrl Y adds this, I have no idea how to pronounce it in English context. In Ukraine we just pronounce it Tsmyk. Tsmyk color space. So the point is, yeah, this is the Tsmyk. We should work in Tsmyk. So we'll be doing that. I'll switch right now and save it, and we'll just make sure to fit all the details into these limitations. So, in general, everyone seems to really enjoy the colors and everything, which makes me really happy. Let's make it really well done, because this is like a cool picture. It should be like really in detail and all that. Kevin said he really liked the shape of this palm. And well, yeah, it's kind of like the main object on this image so far. So we'll push everything closer to this kind of style, kind of like realistic rendering, but sort of a cartoonish, happy shapes. So we have to make sure we'll do that. So let's shut up and start. By the way, some of the fronts recently asked me to share more music, like Boards of Canada, the stuff that's good to listen to while you paint. Well, right now I'm listening to Message to Bears. Check it out. It's very nice and calm, like if you're taking a walk in the forest in the morning. Very nice for the process. So I'm making the flowers super detailed and paying a lot of attention to the colors. So this flower is catching a strong sunlight, sun ray that's gonna be around here specifically, so it's actually like eating the light to charge for the night. So I'm really like playing with translucency here. It looks kind of awesome. So let's finish working on the flowers and then move on to the rest of the foliage. Okay, so I think we're done with the flowers. So one of them is Curlin, and the other one is the Delonia snake. Can you guess which one? You probably did that immediately. So we'll let flowers go for a little while, and now let's just go through the whole green mass and try to make sense out of this mass. Oh wow, this brush is really cool. The Miyako brush is really cool for creating super tiny, massive foliage. I hope so. I hope I won't regret this. So this brush is really awesome for creating this forest mass, but only for the mass. Don't try to create like swirlies and stuff, it looks weird. And also, I turned off the flow transparency in transfer and turned on opacity transparency, so it's a bit easier to use. That's in case you want to use this brush for painting forests and stuff. Like here for instance, this was a horrible way to create this kind of mess. This bunch of leaves here with a potato brush. And now I'm gonna replace these details with a Miyako brush, and it will look so much better. Okay, let's say that most details are here. Now let's work a little bit on masking the trebus in the composition, which I already started to do. You can barely see these guys. So I don't want to remove contrast from this mask here. So instead, I'm kind of adding more high contrast details around the mask, so it wouldn't really pop out all that much. Okay, so this is basically it. I'll go through the whole thing with tiny details to make it accurate, but I guess I'll do that outside of the episode, because it's really just a whole bunch of detailing without saying anything. So you friends tell me what you think on the whole thing. I'll show the result in the next episode, so if you want to see some changes, please tell me. I think it turned out really cool. So many details, so many colors, and everything kind of happened naturally, so this is really cool. Before today's work and after today's work. Nice! It needs some more accurate work with the Miyako brush all over the place, I guess, to make sense out of some undefined places like this, for instance. And also this tree turned out a bit too rough because I haven't adjusted the transparency of the Miyako brush when I started this. Oh, let's add a little bit of glowing from the flowers and such. I don't know, it shouldn't be too much. Creating some nice mood with the sunny glow. Looks cool. So there's that. Wow, it turned out into such a paradise now. Kinda looks like a golden hour now. So anyway, we're basically done with the jungle composition. I'll do the second version when the creatures are revealed. Also separately, I guess it's not gonna be all that interesting to record. So I guess till the next page when the story continues. And I thank you for watching if you did. I guess you did if you're here. Leave a like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Scratch your foot with another foot. Do whatever you want. And I will see you in the next one. Bye! Wow, seriously, just the glow changed so much. I don't remember glow helping this much ever before. It's usually like you're really anticipating something awesome from it, but it's like, nah,